Hello guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. I just wanted to make a quick video regarding Fallout 4 on this channel. I don't know if any of you have been reading the channel comments recently, but you might have noticed a day or two ago that I mentioned I would be doing Fallout 4 on the channel. But there's a couple of little things that I want to sort of mention, a few ideas that I'd like to put past my viewers, and I've got a serious question at the end for the sort of Fallout experts. I need a little bit of serious advice from you. So, first of all, I've been on the fence for a while about whether or not I was even going to get Fallout 4. I've got a lot of other stuff to do at the moment, and I've got this really bad habit of getting games, particularly open world RPG games, which I love, but never getting around to actually completing them. I mean, I know some of these aren't actually hardcore RPG titles, but I still haven't completed Watch Dogs, Grand Theft Auto 5, Metal Gear Solid 5, what else is in there? The Witcher 3. I've just got so many games. Arkham Origins. Just so many games that I've started and never got around to finishing. One of the reasons that I sometimes play these games on the channel, even though the channel is mainly strategy, but when I play these games on the channel, it gives me a bit of motivation to actually finish them. I've got a purpose to carry on playing them, and I tend not to just forget about them for a few weeks and then move on to something else. Now, I've already got the game preloaded, but it's very unlikely that I'm going to be producing content on day one. I'm not saying that it's going to come months down the line, it'll probably be a day or two after release. I may even get a video out on release day. The point is, it just depends how long it's going to take me to do certain things. Once I've got the game unlocked, I need to make sure that I've got the performance at a decent level so that it looks good and at the same time it still runs well while I'm recording. I'll probably want to just go through and make sure that I find the best recording method for it, because some games work better with different recording applications, and I'll probably just play a little bit, maybe half an hour or so, just to make sure I sort of get used to the controls and everything's working and there's no sort of unforeseen problems. Once that's done, I'll restart and start making videos of it. I also find that rushing in to make videos of a game on day one just to try and be the first out of the gate is often absolutely pointless. Rushed content like that never ends up very well, and I'm not going to be able to compete with the bigger YouTubers anyway, because every YouTuber and his dog is going to be doing videos on Fallout 4. So I'm doing this for myself and you guys. I'm not trying to get massive numbers of views on there. In fact, considering most of the channel is strategy, I very much doubt I'll get that many views for it at all, but we will see how it goes. Now, it's worth saying that I've only actually ever played one Fallout game previously, and that was Fallout 3. Now, normally this is just because I'm not a huge fan of the whole post-apocalyptic setting. It's not that I don't like the Fallout as a franchise, it's not that I don't like open-world RPG games, because I do, it's just I've never really liked the setting. But a lot of the stuff that I've seen for Fallout 4 over the last few months really got me interested in the title, and I'm happy to be able to, you know, sort of play the game, so I'm fine with that. Now, the first problem we've got is that Fallout 4 is going to be an absolutely massive game. It is huge in terms of content. Now, add that with the fact that I am a complete and utter side quest whore, and will attempt to go around and finish every single side quest I can find whenever I play an RPG game. Now, for that reason, it's probably impractical to make an unedited LP series where I record everything I do from start to finish. We'd end up with like a 200-hour series which nobody's going to want to watch. People will get bored and the views will drop off. People get bored and the views drop off on any LP series. This is one of the reasons why if you go through my channel and look at any of the videos that are just one-offs, where I just cover a game for one video, that will have hundreds if not thousands of views, compared to Let's Plays where they start off in the 300-400s and eventually trail off until they get to less than 100. So people do start to get bored. And the last thing that I want to do is have a series that goes on for 600 episodes and has 2 people watching by the end. So what I propose to do is I will do a episodic series on the channel, but I will try and just leave that for storyline missions. There may be some side missions in there, but the majority of it hopefully will be story missions. And then I will do some of the side quests, some of the crafting, some of the grinding in my own time off camera. I'll probably still record some of it just in case something interesting happens, and then I'll have the footage to show you, because I'd hate to randomly stumble across something that was important to the plot and not be recording. On top of that, I'll probably also stream. There was a time when YouTube Gaming first started that I was doing some streaming. Haven't really done any of that for a while, and doing Fallout 4 might be a good game to do that on. Now this also means that I'll be able to do more side quests and grinding and those things with you guys involved. I will probably upload those streams to the YouTube channel. I don't normally bother uploading streams because generally they're of a lesser quality, they're much longer, they're unedited. Obviously you're interacting with the viewers, which makes sense at the time when there's a chat to follow, but when someone's just watching the video, it doesn't really make sense. But the chances are, if you are following the series and you are interested in something that went on between episodes and you want to find out what side quests I did or how I found a certain item, I will try and upload those. But I think the best way to do it is make sure that the main YouTube series covers the actual main storyline of the game with some side quests and things thrown in, because it's inevitable that you are going to have to do some side quests as you play through the game anyway, and then all of the rest of the grinding will be done sort of off camera or on stream. And it's a massive game, there's no level cap either, so there's potentially a lot of gameplay there. Also, there'll be DLC coming out the wazoo, knowing Bethesda. So the second issue, and this is the serious question I have for you guys, because like I said, I've only ever played Fallout 3. It was a long time ago and I didn't play that much into it. I probably only put a few hours into it. So what I want to do, so I've got an idea of where to get started. I need to have an idea of what sort of build to go for when I start Fallout 4. Now, I don't know how many skill points that I'm going to start with, and I don't know how many perks that I'm going to be able to pick at the start. To be honest, I haven't actually looked to see if that information is available. Maybe that's not been released yet, maybe it just is, because I haven't looked for it. So maybe there are some of you guys out there who sort of know the starting skills and the starting perks that we're going to get to choose from, and how many we're going to be allowed to have. So what I want from you guys, particularly those of you who have played Fallout 3 or any of the Fallout franchise that is relevant to this one, come up with ideas for me for a starting build, something that is going to help me through the game. Now, I know obviously there are various different builds that are all valid. A lot of it depends on your play style, such as whether you want to be sort of more of a melee focused character or more of a gunslinger and things like that. Or whether you want to be sort of directly confrontational, or whether you want to be more stealthy. There's various different things going on. But what I'd like you guys to do for me is throw down some ideas, leave it in the comments for me. Don't just put a list of perks and say get this, this and this perk, because while that's fine, it doesn't actually let me understand why. I want to know what the benefits of having these perks are. Sure, yes, I can go and read the information about the perk and it tells me what the perk does. But when someone says, well, take this number of points in strength and this many points in perception and this many points in endurance and take this perk and that perk and the other perk, why? Why should I take those 3 perks and why should I put the skill points in those particular attributes? Allow me to understand what is special about that build and what makes it different to others, because it's quite possible that a fair few of you will leave different ideas for what you think is a good build, and I'm going to have to look at them and think, well, I need to choose between them. And it's probably going to come down to my playstyle. But equally, it is possible to start off and screw your build up and make your character so bad that you just get stuck doing something. And I don't want to have to do restarts, particularly on a game that is going to be so long. So any for those of you who are Fallout experts, give me some advice on what I should be doing to get my character started, where I should be spending those initial skill points and perks. And hopefully we'll get the first video or 2 uploaded next week. Now, I don't have a schedule for it yet. I mean, obviously the game comes out on Tuesday, and I do have other series that I don't want to neglect, so I've still got my regular recordings to do. So it may be possible, or it's quite probable, that in the initial week or 2, I might only get a video out here and there, so it probably won't be a daily thing. Once things have settled down a little bit, I'll try and come up with a decent schedule for it. It really depends on how often I'm going to be able to do story missions and how much time I'm going to spend streaming. Because what I don't want to do is sort of record videos for the YouTube channel of Fallout 4 and then sort of not play it for a week and then come back to it next week to record again and find out, well, I've got no more story missions to do, which means if I want to put out videos this week, I'm just going to have to grind or do side missions until I get the opportunity to do a story mission again. So I'm going to have to be really sort of careful with how I manage my time around Fallout 4, but at least hopefully there should be some content there for those of you who want to watch it. So thanks a lot for listening to me ramble again, guys, and remember, pop it in the comments below if you have any ideas of a build that I should be using for my character. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you next week for Fallout 4.